Hi guys, last video for this course. Once you have completed everything, you are done for the semester. Yay! Okay, today or now, it's not really a different day, it's the same day, but it doesn't matter. We are going to do part 2 of our trigonometry. We're going to try to find an angle. So we will have to have been given two sides in order to find some angle. So we're going to need two sides of our triangle, and they will have to be right triangles as well. And then we're going to find some angles. So first thing we're going to have to kind of know is, let's just say that I have the sine of A is 0.84. Because this is going to be an important part of doing this. And we want to find out what that angle is given this. So we're going to be kind of going backwards. So to do that, we're going to be using these second functions, which are found above like the sine. So that inverse sine, they're called an inverse function, an inverse cosine, and an inverse tangent. Basically what it does is it undoes this sine function. So if I want to find A, I'm going to do the inverse sine, or get the angle of that thing. So I'm going to be undoing that sine piece. So I'll be hitting the second function, my sine function, typing in that 0.84, and then it'll spit out that this is a 57.1 degree angle. Okay, and there are inverse cosine and there's an inverse tangent. So I'm going to jump right into some formulas, or some examples, not formulas, examples, so we can see how we're going to do this. Hopefully I'll do one sine, one tangent, one cosine. Hopefully that will work for you guys, and we'll see how it goes. Let's say I have a triangle, and this time I'll draw my triangle this way. I'll try in this video to draw my triangles differently each time. And let's say I want to know what this angle is, because maybe I need to cut that angle for whatever reason. And I know that this length I need to be, this diagonal needs to be 14 inches. And I know for whatever reason that this side here is an 8-inch board. Okay? So we will be using our circles like we learned in the last video, the sine and the cosine and the tangent circle. So again, I need to know what these sides are in reference to the angle I'm looking for. So in reference to this unknown angle. This guy here is my hypotenuse. He is the longest side across from the 90. This guy here is across from that, so this is my opposite. I'm going to bring my circles back from the last video. There they are. Put them up there, slide things up so you can see them. So we've got our opposite and we have our hypotenuse. So we're looking at our three circles. We're looking for opposite and hypotenuse, and that is going to be in my sine function. All right, so putting in my pieces, my opposite was 8. My sine is the unknown part, and my hypotenuse is the 14. So this means that the sine of x is 8 over that 14. Which, to find x, I'm going to do that inverse sine, or undo the sine of the 8 over 14. And that's exactly how I'm going to type it into my calculator to get my answer. Okay, so I'm going to do inverse sine. And then I'm going to do 8 divided by 14. 8 divided by 14. Hit the other end of the parentheses so that 8 divided by 14 is inside those parentheses. Hit my equal button. Wait a few seconds, not even. And I get 34.8 degrees. All right, let's do another one. Let's draw a different triangle. I don't think I've drawn one this way. So there's my right angle. Let's say I know that this is 16 inches and this is 11 inches. And let's say I want to find, let's do this angle up here. All right, so again, in reference to the angle that I want, This one is next to it. That is my adjacent. This guy is my hypotenuse. I don't have a number for it, so I don't need it, but I do need that adjacent, and this is my opposite. So now I'm looking for the circle that uses the opposite and the adjacent. Opposite and adjacent. Opposite and adjacent. This guy. Tangent circle. So tangent of my x, my opposite was 11, my adjacent was 16. So that means the tangent of x is 11 over 16. X will be that inverse tangent, or that undue tangent of 11 over 16. Second function tangent, and then 11 divided by 16, parenthesis, equal, x is 34.5, and that would be inches. Notice, oh, never mind. No, it's not inches. What am I talking about? It's an angle, degrees. I make mistakes too. I always do. All right, let's do one more example. Let me see if I can create a triangle. We'll do it this way. Yeah, there we go. So we kind of have to turn our head a little bit. And let's say I'm looking for, let's go for this guy. I already know this one's 90, so I don't need to find him. Let's say that that is my x, the thing I'm looking for. And let's say I know that this is, I'm making up numbers, 7.8 centimeters. And this one happens to be 36.5 centimeters. Okay, we do want to make sure that these are in the same units. They will be in our problems, so you won't have to change that. Now we're going to again try to label those in reference to the angle that we're looking for. So in reference to my x, this happens to be my adjacent. This is the hypotenuse of that triangle. This would have been the opposite because it's across from. And so I'm looking for the circle with the adjacent and that hypotenuse. Happens to be my cosine. So I'm going to go into my cosine. So my cosine of x is my adjacent. There's my 7.8, hypotenuse 36.5. So cosine of x is 7.8 over 36.5. X will be that inverse cosine or that undue cosine. So we can find our angle. And then typing it into the calculator, inverse cosine 7.8 divided by 36.5. Make sure my fat fingers didn't kick in and hit equal. And I get 77.7 degrees because these are angles. All right, hopefully that helps. Again, trig wasn't so bad. You just did trig. I will hopefully hear from you when you're ready for everything that follows. I will talk to you soon. Bye.